Hey y'all, today is the second video in my series where I'm showing you what I am sowing each month, whether it's indoors or outdoors. If you didn't catch my January series, there's still time. Go back and watch that video and see what seeds I was doing in January. But let me go ahead and give you an update on where those seedlings are at this point, and then we will get over to what I am sowing in February. As always, make sure you hit that notification bell and the subscribe button to make sure you know when all my latest videos are up, and make sure you drop me a comment. Let me know if you are sowing seeds yet, or if you're still in a really wintry climate and it's just not time. Okay, here is my seed setup, and if you are interested in elements of the seed setup, I do have a video that I will drop in the video description below if you want to see each of the elements and where I got them. So I sowed a lot of violas, Tiger Lieta and Antique Lieta, and a lot of them are coming up and looking good. I have a lot that are just at the beginning. You can see that guy right in the middle. But once they are about 75 to 80% germinated is when I take off the humidity domes. And then I need to keep an eye on them, watering them on a daily basis. That one is looking good. I had great germination. These are my pansies. I have brushstrokes violas, and I have super beaconfield pansies. And the brushstroke violas are coming along a lot slower than what I've got over here with the beaconsfield pansy. So I'm leaving my dome on a little bit longer until I have more of those germinate. Down here, I have a wide variety going. It looks like a lot of my tabs have fallen over back here. Let me get that cleaned up. Hold up. Okay, so over here on the far right, I have the jalapeno, early jalapenos. They all germinated. They all look really great, healthy seedlings. Next to it, I have my black strawberry tomatoes. They all look beautiful, nice, healthy seedlings. And then over here to the left are my mini bell pepper mix, and they look pretty good too. I feel like I might have mixed these up or something, because these look like tomato and these look like bell pepper. Let's see how they do as they get bigger, and I will try to get that figured out as well. Maybe I've lost oh, there we go. I got it. Okay. The first row is purple bumblebee tomato. So let me adjust all these over. Okay. Okay, so we got jalapeno, and we got our bell pepper mix. All right, and now we got purple bumblebee tomato. All right, there we go. Everything's looking good. These all germinated really well. I took the humidity dome off as soon as about 75 to 80% were germinated, and they look good and going well. And then this one is a Foxglove and Delphinium Astalot. The Delphinium Astalot has had zero germination. And this is my second time to try to grow from seed. And it looks like I'm going to have zero germination again. So I will not be growing these again. And then I do have a few Foxglove. You can see over there in the corner, some of the green kind of showing through. I've got a few Foxglove coming up, but they are not quite ready to open up with the dome. Okay, so pretty happy, little disappointed in the Astalot Delphinium. So because those haven't gone well, I am going to be sowing more Delphinium. I'm going to be going with Pacific Giants in February because I love Delphinium and I don't want to be without it for the spring season. So let me get set up and I'll show you guys what seeds I'm going to be sowing in February. So I just got home from picking up my kids, and my house is all clean and pretty. I wanted to show you guys my paper whites. They're coming up beautifully. If you didn't catch that video, make sure you go check it out. I'll drop it in the video description below. I have at this point added the mix of alcohol and water, 1 part alcohol, like I think I did vodka, 1 part vodka to 7 parts water, and you water it and it stops and stunts the growth of the paper whites to keep them from getting crazy tall. So you can see some of them topping out right about 12 inches, which is absolutely beautiful. I do have a couple varieties in here. I will say I think one of these varieties looks a little bit bigger and bolder, so we'll see, although I do see the bloom stalks already coming up. Looking great, smells amazing. So, okay, so we're getting started on seeds that I'm going to be sowing in February. I went ahead and took the time to go through all my seed organizer and pull out the ones I'm going to start with. I've got my garden calendar. If you haven't looked into what I do for my garden calendar, I do a post-it note kind of set up where it feels not guilty. I feel no guilt if I have to move something or change something around. So basically I go back and I look at January, make sure I got everything I wanted started, and then I look at February and go ahead and take a look at what I want to get going in February. So, which is fun and great. So my goal for February seeds are two things. Number one, any perennials that I would like to start from seed. So I like to go ahead and get the perennials started a little bit early so that they're a little bit larger and healthier plants prior to planting them out in the landscape in late March. So I like to go ahead and get those going. Secondly, I am looking for early spring bloomers. Flowers that are going to be blooming in early spring that are going to be some of my first beautiful blooms. Those are the ones that I'm wanting to get started at this point as well. I'm saving all those heat-loving flowers such as cosmos and zinnias and things along those lines. I'm holding off on all that stuff right now and really focusing on the blooms that I know are going to be doing really well come early spring when we still have those little bit of chilly temperatures going. Okay, so let's talk through what I'm doing. I am going to be working with, let's see, it looks like most of my blooms are from, or most of my seeds are from Baker Creek. They are from Floret, also from M.I. Gardner, and looks like I have a few from Etsy and a couple that are botanical interests. Okay, so let's get started. Let me start with perennials. Okay, the two main perennials that I'm going to be working with are echinacea and yarrow. I am going to be doing a couple of varieties of echinacea. The first one being green twister echinacea. They take about 10 to 20 days to sprout. They are perennial in zones 3 to 10. They are evergreen in zone 9 plus. I'm zone 8A in North Texas area. That's USDA zone 8A. So sometimes we have a little bit of a more chill, relaxed winter and things will kind of overwinter very well. That is not this winter. In fact, today when I'm filming this video, the high right now is 73 degrees at the very end of January. Within 3 days, our area is going to see temps as low as 15 degrees. So a massive drastic drop. It's been real rough on my garden so far, and I know it's been real rough on the people in this area as well, as that is not a temperature swing that we are typically used to. We are also in an extreme drought as well, so we've had little to no rain. So it's real rough on the plants right now. But we're going to get started with the echinacea, the green twister echinacea, and then the other echinacea that I'm going to be sowing indoors is Paradiso Super Duper, which I got from Baker Creek, and I was very excited about this. It's a perennial zone 3 to 10, about 36-inch tall plants. Super excited about that. Excellent for cut flowers. Has a rosy kind of color, which I really, really love. It says to go ahead and start them indoors, keep moist. It's for sprouting time, 10 to 15 days. So I'll refer to that in one of my other videos. When you're figuring out which seeds you're going to be starting inside, group them together with like sprout times, all right? So you don't want to put something like an echinacea that takes 10 to 15 days to sprout. You don't want to put this in the same container as something like a viola, which only takes about 5 to 8 days to sprout, right? Because once 75 to 80% of your seeds is sprouted, you want to remove your humidity dome so as not to cause any kind of rot factors going on in there. So if you're still waiting on seeds that still have another 10 days, but the other seeds you put in there sprouted 6 days ago, you've kind of set yourself up for a little bit of a failure there. So make sure you group your seeds by like sprout times. Okay, so we've got those two echinacea, which I'm really excited about. This specific echinacea I really love because it looks like mums, but bright, like rosy pink mums. So I'm excited about that. Okay, I'm also going to be doing, I grow a lot of yarrow. I have a wide variety of peaches and pinks and dark pinks and just really pretty ones. But this year I'm going to be growing pearl yarrow as well. It is a white yarrow. It's perennial in zones 3 to 10. It gets about 2 to 3 feet tall. And it says it produces gobs of cheerful white pom-poms. So I'm super psyched about that. This does really well, prefers full sun and can tolerate dry, well-draining soils, which is definitely my area. So I'm looking forward to that one. We're going to be sowing these indoors and go ahead and get them started. They take about 14 to 21 days to sprout. Okay, a couple other things I'm going to get started are some hardy annuals, such as Bells of Ireland. Now, I started some Bells of Ireland back in the fall and went ahead and planted those into my garden to overwinter. Well, you can imagine with the extreme temperature swings, they haven't done as well. I definitely still have about 75% of them, but y'all, we still have 6 weeks of winter here in our area. I don't know how well they're going to do, so I'm going to go ahead and start some more Bells of Ireland to guarantee that I will have blooms this spring. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, my Astolot Delphiniums, I did my second round of seeds inside with them and once again had zero luck on germination with them. So I'm going to just not stress about it anymore. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Delphinium Pacific Giants blend from Botanical Interest, which I have had wonderful luck with year and year again. So I literally drove to find this, this one packet of seeds. So it says that they're perennial in zones 3 to 7. They're not typically perennial in my area. It depends on if it's, gets cold enough, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and start them inside. These are great for cut flowers. They're absolutely beautiful. I do believe these, I tend to soak these before I seed them inside because they are very hard seed covers. You good, baby?
Yeah, sis.
Okay, love you.
Okay.
In a similar kind of look and format in that it's a tall, spiky flower, I am going to be starting 2 more types of Foxglove. As a reminder, Foxglove are biennials, so I will start them from seed this year. They'll be green and beautiful, but they will not give me flowers this year. It'll be next spring before I see flowers, but I want to go ahead and get some started. So I am going to be growing from Floret Foxglove Alba. And this one is Creamy Buds that open to pure snow white. And then the other one is Foxglove Excelsior, and this is rich purple, lilac, lavender blush, and white spires with freckled chocolate and white throats. So I'm going to be starting both of those as well. Another beautiful early spring bloom that I'm very excited about is Stock. And I'm going to be growing 3 varieties. The first one being from Floret, and it is called Avalanche Supreme. It is a bright white, large, fluffy blooms. It's typically 18 to 30 inches high, which will make for a great cut flower. I'm also growing from Floret Apricot, which is an apricot color, and it has a spicy scent to it, and it grows about 18 to 30 inches tall as well. This is a hardy annual, so I'm going to get that one started. And then from Baker Creek, I am going to be growing Anytime mixed stalks, and this is a wide variety of colors. These are only about 24 inches high, but these will be really fun as well. I love stock. I love the fragrance of stock. I actually find it to have a really pure, clean scent, but it comes in a wide variety of colors and it's really great for cut flowers. Okay, some more random flowers that I'm going to go ahead and get started are Chinese forget-me-nots. I am going to be growing Mystic Pink from Floret this year. It is a annual. It takes about 3 months to get blooms, which is not too bad. Like full sun, about 30 inches tall. Looking forward to that. This Chinese forget-me-not is not a biennial. It will produce blooms the first year. The traditional just forget-me-not, no Chinese, but forget-me-not tends to be a biennial. I'm also going to be starting Feverfew White Stars from Baker Creek, and it sprouts in about 10 to 14 days. I don't see a height on here, but a couple of people commented when I talked about these seeds that I got from Baker's Creek, and they said that their Feverfew hasn't done as well for them in this area, and in all truth, This is my third time to try fake feverfew. I've tried 2 different varieties. This will be my 3rd variety. If this variety doesn't work out, maybe I'll take a break. But we're gonna try these out again, fingers crossed. I'm also gonna be starting from Baker Creek Phlox Sugar Stars, which are pale lavender to deep violet, white star-like centers. It should be absolutely beautiful. It sprouts 5 to 10 days. Should be good, likes full sun. It is not frost hardy, so I'll definitely have to make sure that we get these out after the last frost. And then also I'm going to be growing another pincushion flower called Fata Morgana, and it is a blush buttercream color, which should be beautiful, about 36 to 40 inches tall. So that should be absolutely gorgeous. I love growing pincushion scabiosa flowers. I think they're great for arranging. Okay, and finally, I'm going to be starting a number of carnations. Now, I have not had a lot of luck with carnations in the past. I want to get these an early start so that if it doesn't go well, I can start another round. I do plan on soaking the carnation seeds prior to planting, just to see how they do. If you've had luck with carnation, let me know. This is a specific carnations that I'm growing that are going to be taller varieties that will allow for cutting, okay? So carnations are also known as dianthus. So dianthus is everywhere in the big box stores, but they're typically the lower plants. So they grow lower, they're great for borders. I grow a lot of border dianthus as well, but these varieties are specific for cutting and will be much taller. So the first one is from M.I. Gardner, and it's carnation that is Shadad Orange Sorbet, which will be beautiful. Peachy orange and pink blossoms bloom in late July through August, so these should be absolutely beautiful. And then the next one is from Florette, and it's called Shabbat Aurora. And that one is coral, salmon, blush, pink, and cherry flowers. I think this one's a mix. I can't remember. But these are 24 inches long, so that should be really great for cutting as well. What you need, buddy?
Do I have to do this?
No. Nope, you don't, buddy. And then the last carnation that I'll be starting is Shabbat La France from Florette, and it is a seashell pink color similar to Cafe au lait dahlias, which who doesn't love a Cafe au lait dahlia? And then that color is just so beautiful. These are about 24 to 30 inches tall. So this will be really, really interesting to see how these do. I'm a little late getting this. It says to do it 10 to 12 weeks before the last frost. So definitely a little bit late on getting these, but still gonna go for it. Okay, I'm also going to be starting a Sweet Rocket Pale Lavender from Florette as well. This is a biennial, so once again, a biennial is not going to give me flowers until its 2nd year. So this first year, it's going to give me all greenery. The 2nd year, it's going to give me blooms, but I want to go ahead and get this started. Now, there are a number of other plants that you can start. You can do indoor sowing. You can do cosmos. You can start on marigolds, asters. I'm also thinking about, I'll probably start some parsley, but like I said, my main goal for February are 2 things: my perennials that I want to get started and any early spring blooms. Those are the ones that were my main goals that I wanted to get going this year. This month. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the 2nd video of this series. Remember, this series I'm going to be posting the first week in every month, telling you what seeds I'm going to be sowing either indoors and or outdoors, letting you know what I'm doing so that you can follow along if you're in a similar zone. Once again, I'm in USDA Zone 8A in Wylie, Texas, just to kind of give you a little bit of area or a little bit of background so you know where I'm coming from. But yes, these are the ones I will be starting, and these are my main goals for February. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.